wanted to bring a quick little body type discussion. We haven't done this for a while, and we thought it might be great to bring this to you. Now, I'm going to do hourglass and triangle, and Amy has rectangle and diamond. So we're just going to hit the highlights of things. If you want to dig a little bit deeper into this, we have done several in-depth videos in the past. So make sure and take a look. You can just search body type on our channel, and it's going to bring up the videos that we've done. But okay, I am an hourglass, so I am pretty uniform. My shoulders and my hips, they're about the same, well, bust, hips, about the same measurement. My waist is considerably smaller than my hips and my bust, so that gives you that shape. For a triangle, I'm going to be talking about a normal, what we think about a triangle today, where your shoulders are narrower and your hips are wider. You still have a small waist. There's also an inverted triangle that has wider shoulders and a lot narrower hips, and we've gone into detail in that in the past. So first of all, as an hourglass, I tend to be full through the hips and the thighs and the bust, smaller in the waist. So one of my favorite features is my waist. So I'm always looking at ways to highlight that. One of the easy ways to do that is with a belt. So I've taken our Jaden blazer and our bandit belt, cinched that in to kind of give that shape and highlight the silhouette. It also helps create the silhouette a little bit more. The other thing that I like is like our epitome blouse. I love working in columns of color. So the epitome blouse tucked into the chance crop, which has that nice wide waistband that just kind of nips you in and holds you in. And then the flare leg, the wide leg jeans are our friends for triangles and hourglasses this season. So we've got the chance crop. Now you could easily add a belt. So maybe add the bandit belt to this. It's really going to draw the eye to the waist. So in art class, we learned about optical illusions and light and dark and all of those things. Think of that in your closet and in the fashion world. The epitome top has a gorgeous V neckline, which is a flattering neckline for many silhouettes. You could add to that by having another like long type necklace if you choose, or a scarf in a long V. So those are a few ways. And then the plush jacket is just absolutely lovely. It lays on the body beautifully. Now, if you have a triangular shape, we are trying to widen the top to kind of add some balance. An easy way would be with shoulder pads, like I have in this Jaden jacket. Also your neckline. So this little boathouse pullover is a boat neckline. So it's wider up here. So look for necklines that run like that, that are going to visually add some width to you. Likewise, if you are an inverted triangle, so you're wider at the shoulders, this is not a neckline you're going to want to look for, right? You're going to want to stay away from a boat neckline. So these are just some ways to really accentuate what you've got, what you're working with. And I just think that this is super fun. The Inez skirt from our first new arrival is another piece that is a nice fit and flare. It's going to work well for a hourglass or a triangle, and it's absolutely lovely on the body. So I hope that helps. Let us know if there's some additional comments or questions in the comments, and we can help address those either in the comments or in future videos. Amy, I can't wait to see what you
Well, this is one of our favorite topics, and it has been a while, but as Rebecca said, there's some really good things. Scroll down through the videos. I'm going to be kind of a living demo because I had just a fun way to do this, but I want to talk diamond shape first because both diamonds and rectangles generally are proportioned from the shoulder to the hips. The difference between the two is that a diamond carries more weight in their tummy And a rectangle doesn't necessarily carry weight in her tummy, but she also does not have a defined waist. So the illusion that you are going to do to create a waistline is the same, even though the body type is different. There are a couple differences though. A diamond generally has fantastic athletic looking legs. So I brought out our tuxedo flegging because these are slim on the leg and then do a little kick flare at the bottom. And so I also have a skirt. This one's longer, but if you have a shorter skirt, legs for days for diamonds, okay? So what I want to do is diamonds tend to love columns of color because they carry their weight in their tummies. That's their most kind of self-conscious area. And so a lot of times we'll do columns of color and then more of a structured jacket that has pencil seaming detail, princess seaming details, excuse me, not pencil. And oftentimes, Rebecca just talked about the belt. We'll put the belt under the jacket because it will draw the eye up and create the illusion without the attention being drawn to the waist. So if you prefer like a legging, if you haven't gotten rid of your skinny jeans because they fit your legs so beautifully and you hid your tummy, you can do that with this tuxedo flare. And it is really, really a beautiful way to do that. So the key points for a diamond is do not shy away from drawing attention to your waistline. It can just be done in a little bit more subtle way. So a lot of times layering that jacket over top of a column of color, or not even doing the waistline, but having a jacket that's a little more cropped, maybe right at mid hip, is a really great way to do that. So the next one is the rectangle. That is where I fall into this category. My shoulders are broad, my hips are broad. I can almost become curvy depending on how much weight I'm carrying in my tummy or not. But rectangles can generally wear pretty much any silhouette. It doesn't matter if it's a wide leg or a skinny jean. We can kind of balance our proportions out. The issue for us is that our waistlines do not go in. So if you look at this top that I'm wearing with the flared jean, I look quite boxy. It's a darling top and it's a darling jean, but I've got a wider leg bottom and then a flowy top. So it's not really doing anything for my figure. So all I have to do is do a little front tuck with a belt. And look how different this looks because it's drawing the eye up to my waist. I'm still hiding my situation because where I tend to carry weight is right back here where my butt meets my back. And so I do really, really like a cropped jacket or drawing the eye up with a belt. And I can still kind of hide my situations depending on my top. So this portrait blouse is perfect because it's not too long. It also will tuck in really easily and give me that illusion of a waistline that's a little more defined than what I actually have. Now, my second option for you is that same idea here with our brand new Jones jacket, which I love so much. I love this for my body type because it is cropped. So it is easy for me to do a high-waisted jean. I can either tuck my shirt in and show off my waist underneath that way and add a cute belt and then have that crop jean, but it does kind of give me some curves. It does allow this kind of more illusion, especially if I'm doing a wider leg pant. So I like the structure of this jacket. Even though it's thick, it's not so boxy. And then I like the slimmer shirt underneath with the belt. So key takeaways on a rectangle would be you still have to create shape. You would need to create a silhouette. You need to almost create that illusion of that hourglass that Rebecca naturally has. So add a belt, do a front tuck, create proportion. If you're really billowy on the top, you may not want to be billowy on the bottom, but if you are, balance that out like I have done here. And then on the diamond, show off those fantastic legs, wear a column of color and a great jacket that's not going to be too long. If it is, make sure there's like a belt looking thing on the back of the jacket, some beautiful princess seams. It will still give you that look, especially walking away, but that way you're comfortable leaving your jacket open, especially if you do carry some weight in your tummy or in your boobs. So really, really easy to do. Dress the features that you love, and it's really easy to kind of tone down the features you don't. So we hope this was helpful. There's so many ways to do this on the collection that we have. So we hope that you enjoy this. Stand in front of a mirror, talk to your friend. I think naturally and organically, you're going to see what makes you feel better, what makes you look better. And if it's not something you're comfortable with or you need a little bit of help, that's when to reach out to us, and we are happy to help you. Until next week, stay stylish.